we're going to make some bread, some sourdough bread, 1 loaf. I'm going to take, here's my sourdough starter. I have stirred it up. I'm going to take a 1/2 cup of it, put it in my new bowl here, get all of it out. I'm going to add 3/4 cup water, a 1/2 cup of flour, 1 cup of flour. Now I'm using bread flour, but all-purpose flour would be fine as well. We're going to mix this up and let it sit out covered with plastic wrap for 4 hours. Then we'll put it in the refrigerator for 12 hours to 24 hours. So be sure to let this sit out for 4 hours before you put it into the refrigerator. Well, today is the next day. It's tomorrow. And just took this out of the refrigerator. We're going to add another cup of flour to the bread dough and salt. I'm using table salt, 1 1/4 teaspoons. I'll try and mix this up, and then I'm going to dump it out and knead it. I have that kneaded. I just kneaded it long enough to get all the flour in there off of the surface. Put it back in the bowl and we'll cover it and let this rise a little bit. Okay, it's been an hour since we added the flour to the bread and kneaded all that flour in. So we're going to do this again, knead it some and put it back into the bowl, and this will help give the bread structure. So back into the bowl, so you don't have to do it for long, and let this go for another hour. Well, it's been rising for 2 hours. You know, we stopped it at 1 hour. This is hour 2 of rising, and I can see it's actually rising a bit this last hour. When I take it and kind of fold it into itself, deflate it, knead it, knead it a little bit. You're basically deflating it. We'll put it back into our bowl. Put the plastic wrap back on. Now I'm going to do that 3 more times, 3 more hours. And when it gets to time number 5, then we'll do something else. We are now at hour 5. And it's been rising very nicely. You can tell a big difference in it from the first couple times we looked at it. I'm going to take my plastic wrap and spray it with Pam. Put some grease on that plastic wrap. I'm also going to spray my baking dish, just using the meatloaf pan. And we'll take this out. And just give it its last little deflation. This is our 5th time. And I'll set it into the pan, just like that. Put the plastic over it. Let it raise one last time before we put it in our 425-degree oven. Well, it's risen. I think it's looking very nice. Took a little bit over an hour. I'm going to brush it with gently, sort of gently, like this, with some water. Like that. And into my 425-degree oven. Here's the bread. It baked for 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and turn it out like that. I'm going to give it a measure of temperature. See what it measures. Measures 200, which should be fine. I wanted 190, but we're going to let this cool down. When my bread has cooled off, let's give it a cut and see. It looks very nice. Put some butter on. We'll have a taste. It tastes wonderful. I really like it. It's got a very nice tight crumb to it, like a sandwich bread, and wonderful flavor. It's very, very nice. Thank you so much for watching.